Katy Perry recently went to space. Well, kinda. She flew to the edge of space on a Blue Origin mission. Not exactly floating around the moon, but hey, zero gravity is zero gravity, right? The whole thing was pitched as bold, empowering, groundbreaking. Katy, Gayle King, Jeff Bezos' fiancée, all part of this high-profile launch that was supposed to inspire people. And for a moment, it did. Then, Twitter happened. And TikTok, you get the idea. Almost immediately, people started dragging her. Full-blown backlash. They called the whole thing tone-deaf. Said it was a billionaire vanity trip wrapped in empowerment branding. That Katy was out here comparing herself to real astronauts. You know, the ones who actually go to space for a living. What could have been a powerful statement started to feel more like a really expensive Instagram moment. And the internet made sure she heard it. Since then, Katy's been trying to put out fires. She's posted, explained, hinted at deeper meaning, tried to add context, basically the usual celebrity damage control routine. But instead of helping, it's kind of just made everything worse. Now, you'd think her tour would be a nice distraction, something to shift the focus. But that too is getting heat. Turns out when you build your live show around a spaceflight people already hated, they don't love it. Some are calling the performances self-indulgent, others just think it's awkward. Either way, the tour's caught in the fallout too. And just when it looked like things might quiet down, Katy released a statement. A very long one. And I don't know, it just feels unapologetic. Now, whether it helps her case or just fuels more backlash, I'll let you decide. Here's what she said. Living in America, I can say only one thing right now, that there are so many unhealed citizens that strictly rely on social media. And we are beginning to live in an age where everyone is beginning to lose a sense of reality. When I partnered with Blue Origin to take part in their spaceflight, I knew it would change my mind forever, but I just didn't know how it would change it. And now I see, after coming back down to earth, that if you do one courageous act for all women and for everybody, that you are ridiculed and made a mockery of. And this is something that I won't stand for. We need to seriously heal American citizens because there are just way too many uneducated people in this country that love to give in to any opportunity to become a critic. We need more healing for not just America, but also for many other parts in the world that question women's ability to make history and to do the unthinkable. People need to become more serious and have a more serious mindset when questioning something that I did. What I did was a very real experience. When you have doubters out there, you begin to wonder to yourself, where is that motive coming from? What are their lives like? They need to take life more seriously, and they need to stop focusing on themselves as a loud, vocal minority of doubters that question the adventure that we took up to space. Gayle was a great supporter of mine when we were training just as hard as astronauts did. Because it's not just physical training. You also have mental training on how to handle the effects of space. I can proudly say I am one of the very few American citizens that got to experience the very thing that astronauts deal with on a daily basis. Okay guys, let me just pause here for a sec. She really just compared herself to an astronaut. Again. Like, full on, I trained like them, I lived their experience. And we're talking about a short suborbital hop that lasted maybe 4 minutes. I just know their comments on this are going to be crazy. I will read them, so just let me know what you think about this. Now, let's continue. For those out there who question the authenticity of the flight, it's appalling. It is just mind-boggling that people would question the authenticity of something like that. I know what I did, and Gayle knows what she did. We were all in the very same capsule, tens of miles up in the atmosphere. It was both frightening, beautiful, and life-changing. And in those brief moments, I understood all the wrongs in society right now. Social media is to blame for the toxicity that's been spreading throughout the country. And we need to stop ridiculing women for doing some of the most brave things out there that not everyone has the chance to do. I think there is an obvious case of misogyny going on, and that needs to be thoroughly investigated. And why our country is plagued by this terrible way of thinking. To have the chance to do what all astronauts have done over the decades, something I will value for the rest of my life. Alright, so let's break that down for a second. She basically said the entire internet needs therapy, because people didn't like her spaceflight, and if you don't agree with her, you're either unhealed, uneducated, or both. Now, let's be real. Is social media toxic? Yeah, absolutely. But calling everyone who criticized you unhealed and suggesting they're not serious about life, it kinda just proves their point. You're literally reacting to internet criticism from space. And it didn't stop there. She goes on to say that doubting her authentic space experience is appalling. Like, she's genuinely baffled that people aren't taking her 11-minute edge of space journey as seriously as NASA missions. And again, no disrespect, but comparing this to what astronauts do daily is wild. People train for years, they orbit the Earth, they repair satellites while floating in a tin can 250 miles above Earth. Katy went up, got a cool view, floated a bit, came down, and made it part of a concert tour. Also, the phrase mental training on how to handle the effects of space just sounds like something you say when you watched Interstellar one too many times. And let's talk about that part where she says she now understands all the wrongs in society because of a space trip. That line right there, that's what sent people over the edge. Like, come on. You don't need to be weightless to realize things are kind of broken down here on Earth. There are people doing community work, teaching, protesting, organizing every single day to address social issues. They don't need a rocket ride to understand injustice. And then, of course, the misogyny card. Now look, there's always an undercurrent of misogyny on the internet. That's real. But lumping all your critics under that label doesn't help the conversation. Some people are just mad you're acting like Blue Origin turned you into Buzz Lightyear. Here's the thing, people can support women breaking boundaries and still call out performative stuff. It doesn't have to be one or the other. What Katy seems to be missing is that most people aren't mad that she went to space. They're mad she came back and acted like it made her the Rosa Parks of space tourism. And while she's out here delivering space sermons, real astronauts, the ones who stay up there for 6 months eating rehydrated mac and cheese, are probably watching this thinking, ma'am. At the end of the day, this whole thing could have been a feel-good story. Pop star flies to space, reflects on life, brings a new perspective to her art. Instead, it's turned into a PR spiral, and the more she talks, the faster the ship spins. But hey, maybe this is what space travel looks like in the influencer era. A rocket, a selfie, a tour, and a 6-paragraph Instagram caption about healing America. Will she bounce back from this? Probably. She's a global superstar. But if she wants people to take her seriously, she might want to swap the spacesuit for a little self-awareness. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, or at least didn't hate it, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. I post daily about the buzz going around and keep saying wild stuff. I genuinely want to know what you guys think about Katy Perry. If you got time, go check out my other videos on her. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are people overreacting, or is Katy really just out of touch? Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. And whenever you do something like flexing, make sure you ain't Katy Perrying.